Alright, I am incredibly concerned right now because it has been roughly a whole week, and we still have not seen Ron Paul. Let me make sure it's been a week. Yeah, the last time that we saw, today's the 16th, the last time that we saw Paul was on the 9th of May. Now, this is strange, and he's getting a lot of he's getting some degree of mainstream media exposure as a result of this announcement being made, which is causing people to think that he's not going to be in the that he's dropping out for some reason, which apparently isn't true. However, I'm starting to wonder, where is he? On the 9th, he was in a slew of interviews, a ton of interviews. And then, all of a sudden, dead silence. We haven't heard from him. The only thing that I can find sort of proving that he's not dead is his Texas straight shooter talk, which he gave on the 14th, which I guess he does every Monday. So, what's strange is, when I listen to it, he's sort of giving the same sort of spiel on the Federal Reserve, something very, something that we're all sort of knowledgeable of in past. I don't know if I haven't been listening to them, so I don't know, if he's in the habit of essentially focusing on repeating things like that. But that would be very strange for him to give a weekly update, considering everybody began to wonder about whether he dropped out on around that time. So none of that, but he had a very different voice. He sounded
his voice was a little bit quicker, higher pitched, and it sounded like he was having a hard time reading. It sounded like he was reading, and he was catching what he was saying, as though he was more or less struggling to read something. I listened to a couple other of his Texas straight shooter weekly updates, and they were not like the one that he gave us supposedly on the 14th. Alright, so I just want to alert everyone to, and then his son on the 11th, right? So the last time we saw Ron Paul was on the 9th, and then his son on the 11th essentially made a statement about gays, and it just was so unlike Ron Paul, who stays out of religious matters. Now, I can understand that the son may be like a little bit more religiously motivated, perhaps, and maybe he felt like that was something good to say, but no. Rand Paul is pretty wise. I don't think that he would have done something like that autonomously. I'm wondering, and now Jesse Benton, who is coming forward and sort of conceding Ron Paul's nomination to Mitt Romney, and that's very odd, because why the latest interviews with Ron Paul showed no desire to concede to Mitt Romney. So I'm enormously suspicious. I would love to see Ron Paul. I guess they're saying that we're gonna be able to see him on Friday again. But but if we see him, and hopefully we do, and if we see him, hopefully we do, I want to be able to notice whether or not this man has been compromised, whether they have done something to compromise the Ron Paul movement. Anyway, and if you watch all of these interviews on 5/9/2012, you'll notice something. He's sick. He does, in fact, appear sick on the latest interviews. So something has occurred. There's no explanation for why he hasn't shown up
after what appears to be a media buzz about him dropping out.